Okay, so this board is a lot more disconnected and does not have as many gut shots, but as a cutoff, we do not open offsuit eights, so it is still checking a lot, 41% of the time, but that's not as high as 60% of the time. The connected boards, a lot of the very connected boards, follow the pattern where we are checking 60% of the time and thinking very carefully about how we want to bet. So we are going to be heavily needing protection on this 8-3 deuce board. So nines, tens, jacks. And here is where, when we card match, we are favoring the suited combos with a backdoor flush draw. So notice 10-9 suited is really using the big bet, while 10-9 offsuit is using the small bet a lot and using the big bet sometimes and checking sometimes. So we can't only, if we, our offsuit combos have, we have a lot more offsuit possibilities and combos that if we bet them all the time, we'll be betting too much. And when they continue, we'll have less potential to continue. So that's why we do favor having at least a backdoor flush as well. So 10, 9, jack 9, matching the tens and jacks, jack 10, doing all the sizings. Our aces and kings are going to be using the small bet on this disconnected type of board. So there is like 22% small betting, or aces and kings. So it's interesting that king queen bets. Probably just, we do a small bet and he's still going to have to call a lot of his king highs on this board and ace highs on this board because of the disconnectedness of this board. He doesn't have as many one card straight draws. He doesn't have any one card gut shots. He doesn't have as many gut shots. So he has to find some high card defense because this board is disconnected. So he or she will have to find some high card defense. So when we bet our king queen, we're hoping that he defends like king 10 or king jack or queen x, and then we hit a king or queen and get to put more money in. But it's only our backdoor combos, king queen, king jack, that don't have backdoors are just checking. But then king 10, king 9 are betting more often, but not that much more often. All of our ace highs are finding checks mostly because we actually still can't bet too often on this board because our opponent should be finding check raises. If our opponent does not find check raises on this board, then I think we should be betting a lot more often on this board, and we can put more of these hands into a small size. If we think that our opponent is weak and is not check raising us, then I would bet all of these for small sizes, and I would still use the large size for our best eights and still use the very large size. Remember, we're 50 big blinds deep, so we're looking to really get some money in if on good runouts. So because if we think our opponent is competent, then we're going to check a lot here. If we think our opponent is not check raising enough, then this is probably one where you can put a lot more hands in a small bet category. and just turn some of the checks into small bets. Card matching is used a lot in this situation. It looks like the 6, so our worst jacks and 10s are going to be favoring, and our 4x, so I guess we have direct overcard to the 3 with these king 4 and king 4 and queen 4. So they're not a pair. So our pairs are the first hands that we play passively. So pair overrides everything, all your decision making. If we have middle or bottom pair, generally we're checking or betting small, and we don't really want to use the card matching concept. Anyway, overblew this board too.